This reminds me of when we started doing these events. We would celebrate whenever every week. Now it's like, oh, we should we need like 10 people or we need 15 people. But as things improve, we always have that tendency to want more. And so like doing this program today, even though we saw there was less people, was a reminder that this is where we started. And we would be so happy even maybe 6 months ago to have 3 people. So it's a good reminder and it doesn't make it any less powerful. So no need of introduction today. The only instruction in the introduction is to sing with intention.
And when intention means just focus on the sound vibration. Try to keep always like when the singers are singing, hear the sound, and when you are singing, hear the sound. That's the thing. You will see connection. You will see connection.
So we'll transition to a little bit of wisdom. It feels a little weird that you all are sitting in rows. I was thinking we'll try something a little bit different. Is it okay if we make a circle or something like that? We can all adjust a little bit, Sweat can move in a little bit. We'll make a nice little circle.
What? Good. Yeah, I can do the rock from here. Good. Hi.
Say Hare Krishna.
So, today we thought that we won't give the talk, but then I was having a discussion with Rashid. He's my friend, young friend, and I thought that Ian came and asked, would you like to give a talk? I said, yeah, maybe. So, last week we talked about the success. Some of you were here, some of you were here, right? So I would like to ask a question. How many times you feel that you are doing the work very hard for certain thing, for some result, and it's not happening? How many of you feel that way? Okay? Right now, who is feeling that way? Okay? Who is feeling it? Okay? Now, the question is, have you thought about that? Where is the problem? Is there a problem in your effort or somewhere else? Have you thought about that? Why? Any guess? Any would like to say something? Whatever you think. You are the same person. Maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, same effort. You are getting the result what you were looking for. Now the same person, still doing the same effort. Things are not working. Things are not aligning. And then you get disappointed. How many of you, when it doesn't happen, get disappointed? Okay? Get disappointed? Anybody who doesn't get disappointed? Akshay doesn't get disappointed, right? Akshay?
Sometimes.
Sometimes you do or you don't?
Mostly I don't. These
You
days.
don't. Now tell me, what makes you not get disappointed?
I just feel like there's not much to do with disappointment anymore. This is like you have to pretty much accept most things.
Okay?
And like obviously have feelings for like your disappointment, like space for your disappointment,
Mm-hmm.
because you can't just ignore it. But try not to linger on it too much because it's not really in my control. Like what's gonna happen.
So it's not under your control. Okay. Now let's analyze this. What is that thing which is not under your control?
The results.
Pardon me?
If results are.
Of course, the result is not under your control, but what are the factors which is determining that result? So one is you. One is you, right? What else is determining that success?
Other actions.
Others' action. Do you agree? Others' action? Important factor?
Yes.
Others, right? So there is a wonderful text which, and I would like you to bring in. 1814. We will show you a text. This is something which you understand. You will become very tolerant. You will start appreciating most moment in your life. Appreciating, whether you like it or not, different thing, you will appreciate it. There's a difference, right? So, you see, this is a wonderful thing. Just make it a little bit. Yeah, thank you. So I'll just read the Sanskrit, and then it's written in English also, English dialectic also. You can read it if you like. Adhisthanam tatha karta karanam cha prathak vidham vividscha prathak cheshta daivam chaivatra panchamam. So he's saying panchamam. Panchamam means there are five. There are five factors which determine the success or the so-called result. Five factor. Okay. Adhisthanam. Adhisthanam is the place. Number one. And I'll come to each of them. Okay. Adhisthanam is the place where you are doing the work, which means the context, the environment. They are all synonyms. Okay. In whatever environment you are working, the kind of people you are interacting, right? That determines all your context. So maybe you are in a project, you have amazing people. Maybe you are in a project, very competitive people. Maybe you are in a project, dull people. Any of those things, right? So, Adhisthanam, Karta, who is the Karta? Means Karta is the doer, the worker, the one who is doing the work. Who is that? Who is that? You. You are the doer. And that you control. That you control. What kind of work you do. Third is Karana. Karana means the instrument. Instrument. Now let's say you are a mechanic. You may have a very good skill. You look at the things, you say, that's the problem. Or you are a doctor. You have that amazing intuition, you know this is the problem. So you have instrument where the things, your mind, your experience, your intuition, everything is coming together. You know that's the problem. Other people, it may be a struggle. Let's say, try one, didn't work. Try two, didn't work. Try three, work this time. Both are fine. I'm just saying there's an instrument involved. Instrument, it can be you as an instrument. It are the other things which you are manipulating. But in this case, your senses are the instrument. What is referring to you? Your intellect, all your senses, right? Together, don't have the fully functional instrument. Some people are not differently able. So third factor is instrument. Then chesta. Chesta means endeavor. Endeavor, do you control the endeavor? Yes, you control the endeavor. And then the last is Davam. Davam, what do you see? What is the meaning of Davam there? The Supreme. This sometimes people who don't believe in that there are forces beyond us, they call it the luck factor. You can call it the luck factor, or you can say there are things which is beyond our control, which is called Supreme, the super soul. Okay? Who gives the inspiration, who creates the right situation where the things would work. So let me ask you, what are the five factors? What was the first one? Place means the environment where you are happening, right? Second, worker, the one you are doing, you are the doer. Third, instrument. Fourth, endeavor. Fifth, supreme, the super soul. You can remember this very well. You guys are in sports, watch sports or play sports. You're a baseball player. I can give the cricket, but most you would know baseball here, right? Or cricket is a better example. I don't know. Baseball maybe, right? Okay. So baseball. right? So there is a pitch where you're playing. There's a lot of wind factor. The stadium is, the way it is designed, there's a lot of wind going on, right? So that stadium, the pitch will determine, unless you are a bowler, that will determine when you're throwing the ball, how the ball is going. What do we call it? Not the ball, right? Pitcher. The pitcher. Thank you. We are mixing it, right? So pitcher. The pitcher is pitching the ball, and the ball is going in a slightly different deviation due to the air, wind. So that factor is there. Of course, there are a lot of crowd who are not against you. You are playing in a different city. They're not favoring you, right? So those factors can impact you, right? So that's the place. The second is you. You are the same. You are the same person, but today your mood, whatever it is, all those stuff, right? The third factor is, what is the third factor?
Instruments.
Instrument. What kind of instrument I have got prepared to be a pitcher? In this case, probably yes, because that's the reason I'm playing in a big league baseball team. But my friends, they didn't made it to the big league because their body was not, the instrument was not ready for that. While I had the instrument for that, right? So we just think that we all have different expertise, right? For example, Suan is the little we know. She likes the environment, she likes the nature, she likes the plants, she can interact with. She's very natural. So her instrument is very much for that. She likes the things, the cleanup and all those stuff. So that's a mental model. She's very natural with that, right? While Sachin, his voice is very nice. Even though he doesn't realize that, his voice is very nice, right? So that's the instrument he got. Did we do anything to get that instrument, or did the instrument came to us by birth? By birth. Somebody got some kind of instrument. So we should be grateful for that instrument. Whatever instrument we have got, we should be grateful for that. Okay? So in the picture, the hand I was talking about, and then endeavor. How much practice I did. How much I prepared for this match. So that's our endeavor. Okay? The experience also comes in the endeavor, because the experience has by acquiring the experience. So that's the third factor. And the fourth factor, the fourth already we did, right? Instrument, okay, yeah, we did 4. Place, in the case of the pitcher, the kind of baseball pitch we have. The second was me as me. The third is the instrument, like the body of a pitcher. The fourth is how much endeavor I did. Fifth, this super soul, the supreme. Is it my day today? Because when I'm pitching the ball, the other person, I'm dependent on that person, is going to hit, or he's going to strike, or we're going to get a strike, right? You're going to get a strike. So these 5 factors. So always remember your life. Now from this, just think what are the things you control. We are just ending it. What are the things you control? What is under your control? Pardon me? Our action. Endeavor, that we control. Anything else we control? Instrument is something we have got, but we can make it better by practice. Yes, I think we can make it a little better. Yes, definitely I think. But it's not fully controlled, because in some cases, my body is not for I cannot run marathons. I cannot go and do the skiing, or I've never tried. My body is not ready for the kind of sports some people can do. Even though I played a lot of sports, but not the kind of sports people will do, right? But with practice, I can improve on. I can definitely improve on. So 50-50. Good instrument, but I can improve it. So okay, so 1.5 I can control. What else can I control? Place can be controlled? No. But some people, slowly they can develop this idea of, they can realize that this is an opportunity. They call it opportunity, right? Some people with practice and experience, they get smart about the opportunity. But still, you can never always be true. So that is, I would say, that is not, the environment is not typically under your control. Okay, that's number one, it's not control. Instrument, I said half and half, right? What I have got, so 1 and half is not under control. What else is not under control? What luck factor, the super soul, right? So you see, more than 50% of the things are not under our control. 2.5 things are not under our control. So now if you know this, then what should be our attitude? What should be our attitude? Whenever you are working for anything, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a work, anything, what should be our attitude?
Just focus on the actions.
Focus, control what you can control. There is one very good example, like, and this was given by Satya Nadella in his book he wrote. He was told that become a rower, you canoe, that's very good for exercise. It's a full body exercise. You are doing everything all together, all muscles. That's he was told. And what he wrote in his book that when you are in a canoe and you are rowing it, all the things you can control. But can you control the waves? No. So you learn to control what you can control. Waves you cannot do. You have to just, sometimes you just go with the waves. You have to just go with the flow, right? So in your life, always try, give your best. But if the result is not coming, you don't get disappointed because there is always a success. What the success is? Your an experience. Whatever the result, the experience you gain, that's yours to keep. That's yours to keep. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride, enjoy your effort. Then, and when you keep doing it, opportunity will come, and the things will just happen. It will just flow in. You will be in the flow. Just flow in. Just be ready. Okay? So see, Bhagavad Gita is full of wisdom, full of wisdom. I didn't thought what I just happened here because I was talking to Sachin and he's a young boy and I was just talking something and we just thought that we should talk about it. Was that helpful, Sachin? Keep that in mind. All the young people especially, because you're just very young right now. Most of you like 20, 30s, there are a few very young people right now, right? So you have a lot to see in your life, lot to see in your life. As long as you remember this, you will enjoy the ride. Life is beautiful. You just need to learn to enjoy it. Not the kind of enjoyment like go and watch the movie I'm talking about. I'm talking about anything, right? You enjoy it. Any question? All good? Thank you.
We'll transition to our next group then. I feel like we're still too far away. So we can get back to with the topic recording. Yeah.
Is that
Hare
Normally we do like really fast kirtan at the end, but I think today gave us a chance to really dive deep into a meditative mode and absorb ourselves in the mantra. And today, if you notice, we only did the Mahamantra, and what the kirtan we do is actually quite small. There are kirtan festivals, there are kirtan melas, there are kirtan groups that do like weekly 6-hour kirtans or once a month 48-hour kirtans, and people just absorb themselves in kirtan for the full day. And initially it seems difficult at first. I was pitching to my mom the other day, maybe a couple of weeks ago, that we should do a 6-hour kirtan. And she was telling me, do you really think people want to sit for 6 hours? And maybe not. Perhaps we'll try it one day. But I'm very grateful to Sasan for taking us into a deep meditative kirtan, which I think we were missing for a long time. On that note, if you're looking for deep meditative kirtans like this one, on the 15th we have Madhava Das coming. He's an expert at literally doing just this. He'll have 2 or 3 tunes and he'll sing it for an hour and a half and it'll go by in 30 seconds. It's you can feel the spiritual potency of the person who's singing it often. Madhava, actually, he, in Vrindavan, I forget the date, 19 something, there was a 24-hour kirtan that was started. And it's been ongoing ever since. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, non-stop kirtan. And he participated in that 24-hour kirtan for several years of his life before he then gave his life to helping others discover the joy of kirtan. And now all he does is travel the world and participate in kirtan festivals, hold kirtan retreats, anything kirtan related or bhakti yoga related. He and his wife do, and that's all they do in their life. So if you have the opportunity, please do come on the 15th and then
17th.
17th, yes.
15th is Chaitanya.
Oh yeah, 15th is Chaitanya. Yeah. Speaking of which, So on the 15th, we have Chaitanya Charan on a talk called Transforming Overthinking into Deep Thinking. And what I admire most about Chaitanya Charan is he takes a very scientific, mathematical, visual approach to Bhakti Yoga. He'll whip out his iPad, connect it to the projector, and draw diagrams to help explain the point he's trying to make. And if you look at it without him speaking, it looks like scribbles, but his brain just works in such a unique manner that at least whenever I attend his talks, I form new connections that otherwise I would have never formed. So that's on Thursday, May 15th next week. And on Saturday, we have Madhava Prabhu. On the 21st, we have Radhanath Swami. Radhanath Swami is a lifelong Bhakti Yoga practitioner. Some of you have read his book, The Journey Home and The Journey Within. I don't really have many words for him. It's hard to describe him in words. It's one of those things where you just have to meet him to experience. And I know it seems kind of odd when I say that, but he has dedicated his life to just being a servant of the servant of the servant in a humble mood. And to an extent, that is what the practice of Bhakti Yoga is about. And he will be joining us on Wednesday. He will likely be meeting at a venue in downtown Seattle because he's quite popular, so he pulls larger crowds, which would definitely not fit in this small room. And if we're lucky, we will probably also have a kirtan by Radhanath Swami after the talk. And he's also excellent at taking people into a deep kirtan. It'll be a deep kirtan, but at the same time, he gets people to stand up and dance. It's such an interesting combination. And then finally, on May 30th, the South Carolina. So I know between the 15th and 21st, we have a lot of really good events, and I know it might be a little bit overwhelming, or you might decide that you want to pick and choose, but if I may request, or humbly request, I know it'll be an austerity, but please do try to come to all three. I think you will find that it will be a soulful, spiritually nourishing experience. All right, that being said, I want to thank all of you for making this kirtan possible. And there was maybe 20% of us today, but the hall still felt full of sound as if there's 30 people here. So now I know which 5-6 people really sing when there's 30 people here. In addition, I want to thank Arisha for the first kirtan. Sasin for Swarit on the middle, and Samuel on the guitar.
The session is ready to go, leave, so I just wanted to say that I don't know how many felt the meditative aspect. You all felt? Anyone would like to make a comment?
His voice was very deep.
Amazing, anything? So deep within, it touches the deep within. So we have to request him. But why I stopped him? I want all of you to request him to at least come once a month, if not more. Okay? I want you to come for a kirtan. You have a blessed voice, very blessed voice. Means you can take people like deep somewhere, which we have not been. Okay? So please keep coming. We are coming after like 5-6 months is coming, right? After this, that was December or sometime when we did it. So thank you very much for coming.
I could visualize very clearly like this flame in the center of my mind.
Yeah, right. So like I felt the waves, right? Like how the waves, different waves, like slow waves, fast waves. Like I totally felt it. I totally felt it. So, and I saw most of them were like in a meditative mood. So I didn't even felt standing up and dancing or doing it. It felt so nice. I was feeling cold. I didn't want to get up and go back. I didn't want to break that either. So thank you very much, my dear friend. Keep coming, okay? Keep coming. All right. Okay, you can go. Yeah, his parents are at his home, right? So that's even he has to rush. So, you want to take this?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So typically we have a full dinner. I sent an email to some of you got it, maybe if you registered you can get. We don't have a full dinner today because it's hard for the volunteers to cook on a weekday, but we do have snacks.
So, and I'll just add a few things. For Chaitanya Charan, if you haven't heard him, he's very sharp, very intellectual, and then the way he can take any, if you have had questions which have not been really answered to your satisfaction, you can try asking it. Okay. So He very like, so a lot of people who are teachers, they hear his class to teach their class. He's a master teacher, right? So of the Bhakti Yoga concept. So and he is an engineer by education, but then he become a monk. Okay, and he was so amazing. And then Radhana Swami, as I was studying, sometimes if you think, have you ever thought being humble is powerful? If we haven't seen what the humbleness and the powerfulness look together, you have to see him and meet him. And what I am telling, you will experience it.
He has a talk on Spotify called Rise with Radhanath Swami.
Yeah, so please come. This is like he's coming after 9 years over here.
Wow.
Okay, so it's very rare he's coming here. So come, bring your friends, anybody. But one thing I would request, please do register because we are trying to get a venue which will fit everybody. So do register so that we know how many people are coming and everything. We'll have a large enough venue, that shouldn't be a problem, but still it's good to have that. Okay. So those two things I wanted to talk.
It also helps the algorithm.
Yes, yeah, other thing, yeah, whenever you are coming, even for these events, if you just go to the Eventbrite and just say that you are coming, it just keeps the, the momentum. So just register, even though you all keep coming, just register that you are coming. It helps. Alright?